Well, there's two conditional acceptances on the agenda. One is for Sunroc Park Division number 2. And that one is a fairly standard one. The other one I would like to have you all read before you do the sign it, and it is on the Gateway Drive right-of-way plat in the Snake River Business Park.
Is that the, put the asphalt down too cold?
Yes, it is.
Yeah, I actually had a discussion with Devin about that the other night. We didn't call specifically on that. We were talking about soccer out the fairgrounds, but he said he wanted to come and visit with us. So, yeah.
Is he coming in today?
No, I don't think he was coming today. So what are we reading then?
Well, I can read it to you if you want.
That'd be fine.
Okay. Please be advised that the right-of-way improvements for the above reference road right-of-way, with the exception of the asphalt base, have been constructed to Bonneville County standards. The Public Works Department received an email dated January 26, 2023 from the developer's engineer certifying to such compliance, along with a copy of the quote as-built quote drawings and testing documents. Supporting test documents, as well as Bonneville County Public Works observation, indicate that the asphalt and base were constructed during weather and ambient temperature conditions that were below the standard specifications set by Bonneville County Standard Construction Specifications Manual and ISPWC standards. After a limited inspection of said right-of-way, I recommend this street be conditionally accepted by Bonneville County for the intent of obtaining a certificate of occupancy with the following stipulations. 1, a chip seal fog coat shall be applied on it before September 1st, 2023. The developer is responsible for any construction failure or material failure of the chip seal for a period of 1 year from the date of the chip seal and fog coat has been accepted by the County Public Works Department. 2, the developer is responsible for any construction failure or deficiency of asphalt, base, and sub-base material as a result of the substandard construction conditions for a period of 7 years beginning August 2023 and after the chip seal or the seal coat has been applied. 4, the developer is responsible for any punch list items once weather conditions allow a complete inspection by Bonneville County staff. And 4, the developer is responsible for any other construction failure or deficiency within the road right-of-way for a period of 2 years, beginning August 2023 and after the seal coat has been applied. 5, the developer is to deliver to Bonneville County Public Works a complete, full-size set of as-built drawings along with all remaining test reports by August 2023.
And this is from, who's recommending this? Is from you?
This is
signed by you?
Yeah. It's John Tullis that signed it, but
So have we required 7 years from anybody else ever?
no. The other option is to tear it out and redo it.
Or do the same thing Panorama Hills did?
Yeah.
And then once you've accepted it, you upgrade it.
But you say the other option is to tear it out and redo it. I mean, you must have a high degree of confidence that this is gonna fail.
There are aspects of it that will fail, yes, and it will fail much faster than what the typical road construction standards would anticipate.
Which is what?
Normally, we have close to a 20-year lifespan on a set of road that is put in the middle of summer and done well. This road will not last 20 years without significant problems.
Remind me, was it Knife River that did it?
I sold, DePatco
It was
was the one that
DePatco.
laid down the asphalt for Oakland Construction, working for Devin Bell now.
So it's not on DePatco, you suppose Devin told DePatco you lay it down?
I don't know for certain that. I know Oakland Construction has been pressing pretty hard to get it turned over. because their client Devin needs to turn it over to Amazon. And so whether Devin told them just to go ahead and do it, whether it was Oakland Construction or whether DePaco said we can do it, whoever made that decision, they knew they were doing it in violation of our standards.
And our development agreement is with Devin.
And that's why
And he has
to go back to it, yeah.
Yeah, so if it was DePatco, then he's gonna have to take some
Yeah, I
recourse on
wondered if he had that
DePatco.
recourse. So is what Devin told me, and he just said, I wanna come in and talk to you, and he said, we're willing to make sure that everything is right. But he said, so he's kind of talking two sides here, but he said, I wondered if there was any way Lance would lower my jail sentence to 4 years instead of 7 years. That was the way he put it.
I started out with 10,
Oh, you did?
yes.
Okay. Well, sitting here, I've got to appreciate what you're doing, Lance.
And you know, maybe open the door and say, you bring all the engineering proof that 4 years is reasonable. Make them go.
There's, with the pictures and the documentation that was provided to us, it's just, they knew they were doing it. I mean, when you're blading off snow
I was
before you lay
gonna say,
asphalt.
because it was like 30, what's it supposed to be below?
So the road, or the surface temperature is supposed to be 40. And the ambient air, or the ground surface is one or the other. It's 35 for the ambient air temperature and 40 for the ground surface, or vice versa. But it's on one of the days, for a very small portion of it, it meant that. The other 4 days that they paved, it didn't.
And what was it? Because it was quite a bit.
Some of them were 24 degrees, some were 26 degrees.
Ground.
Ground, yeah.
Really?
Yeah, and of course, I mean, it snowed and they supposedly bladed it off and brought in new material and laid it on top and then put the asphalt on. It's like, none of that is standard.
What was the date when they did this?
There were 4 or 5 different dates, I don't recall. It was in November though, late November.
I'd have a hard time, you know, because of course even some of that was before us, but you know, the Panorama Hill thing was one of those where Steve or whoever at the time tried to work with the developer. And that ended up being a mess.
And I wrote Devin a letter and I outlined a few different options on it. And the first one was, this becomes a private road and it's privately maintained forever. The second option was that you tear it out and redo it. Third option was, we have an extended warranty period, and again, I started with 10 years.
If it fails, how quick do you expect it to fail? I mean, if it hasn't failed in 4 years?
I expect it to fail probably between 2 and 5 years.
Okay.
There will be significant failures just because of how they laid it down and the seams that they were there, and just, I mean, they had micro cracks almost immediately starting out.
It takes that long though before you'll see.
I think it'll probably take that long just because you've got to get those freeze-thaw cycles. But when those micro cracks start immediately, that's where that water starts getting down immediately. And so as they're tiny, the water amount is tiny. But as over time and through those freeze-thaw cycles, it gets bigger and bigger, and that's what starts popping up potholes.
I remember the other example that's even worse than Panorama, it's that Birch Creek that we accepted and didn't put a long enough warranty on it.
Well, and I think the other factor that goes into this that we have to remember is, in their development agreement, there's several people that are reimbursing him for this roadway. So it's not just a direct effect on
That's
them.
true.
It's a direct effect on all the other
Everybody
property
who's gonna
owners
be
who've
using
agreed to
it.
reimburse
Yeah.
for a built
They think
road
they've got a good
that
road.
then fails.
That's a good point.
Whether or not Stafford Smith had it.
Yeah.
Different question.
So the only thing that I wish, and I'm not being critical, Lance, but I wish if we knew they were blading off snow, that we'd have gone out there and said, you can't blade us. If you do, we won't accept it. I mean, I wish we would have at that time.
And part of me agrees with that, but in order to have a representative of the county on site at any of the times that people are paving, I need 15 or 20 more people.
So that's what I was thinking, you can't be out on the job every day, that's why
That's
they
true.
have their engineers send reports in.
That's why we
stations.
rely on their engineers to give us these inspection reports.
Yeah.
Because right now, we can't be at all these job sites
That's
all
why,
the time.
when you questioned, the cost of engineering on this major road project, it's because they don't have time to
Yeah.
tie up all their staff just on one project.
Yeah.
In an ideal situation, I would have enough people that I could cover all of the stuff, but I don't think that's ever gonna happen.
Yeah.
Well, my neighborhood got plowed yesterday, so you're doing a pretty good job.
It was a little rough when they drove out past your place, didn't it? So,
There's a few areas that are still a little rough, so.
I just tell my wife when we pull out of the driveway for the first little bit, it just feels like a hunting trip sometimes.
Except it's flat ground.
That's right.
Got a spot.
I guess if he still wants to come in and make his case.
Yeah.
that'd
Right
be a
now,
good-
I have no
that'd be
problem
a
signing
good- That'd be a good, chance to get him to answer the questions,
it. Yeah, yeah. Yeah,
which he may not wanna do. But he's always welcome.
And, I brought him in, and there was somebody else, and there was a representative from Oakland Construction there, and I sat down, and the letter that I had drafted and printed out for him, I could immediately tell, it's like, this is not what he was anticipating. And he said that after he read it through, it's just like, well, I didn't expect you to anticipate this, but here's what the results are. And the county is gonna be on the hook for all of this stuff forever. I mean, we don't stop at 20-year horizon here. So,
well, we do as much as we can do to keep developers progressing, but you can only bend so far.
Tell him the other option is we can go ahead and let the city annex that, and it'll be their problem.
if that happens, okay, whatever, but
It's not gonna happen.
I don't think so either, but,
So, I know. Okay,
but this, I don't know if you wanna table this until he comes in, or,
Not if you need it now.
we could always reconsider it, but we need to get the
yeah.
occupancy.
Well, and this
permits,
is to make sure that
Right.
planning and zoning can deal with the occupancy.
Issue our occupancy.
Yeah, cause I think they're chomping at the bit probably.
Yeah,
Sounds like they're maybe a little further behind than what they originally thought, cause he told me April for quite a while, but he told you May the other day, didn't he?
I believe he told me May. I mean, I was driving, I might not have heard everything perfectly,
Because
but
he told us that they were turning it over to Amazon pretty much immediately, and Amazon can have like a month or something of getting everything inside the building.
There's a bunch of job postings out there.
I may have heard him. I may not have.
So,
heard
I don't know,
correctly.
I just know originally he was shooting like March, April, cause that's when they wanted to be in, but they might have had some delays.
I know he said they've been really nervous about Amazon taking it because They've been closing so many around the country. And maybe that was part of his decisioning last spring, or last fall, you know, that they just felt like they really had to push on this, so they didn't lose the deal. We all have our challenges.
What would it cost to have them redo that?
I imagine by the time they got done, they'd probably be in another $1 million.
See, so that's probably worth making a shoulder a big part of the.
Well, what do you do when it starts failing in 5 years?
If it's warranty
You
issue.
can't overlay it, you have to tear it off.
Well, there's some of that you have to tear out, or you cut out a bigger section and put back.
Doesn't he have any teeth in the contractor that did it?
That is between him and the contractor.
We don't know if he's got recourse or not.
So when I sent a draft of this to Devin, and that's when he got back with me and agreed to it in an email, and Tobacco and Oakland both said they were gonna stick by that 7 years. But I don't know whether he has that hard enough in his contract with them or not. Our development agreement is with
Right.
Devin.
Okay, what else we got?
Do you have anything else? We've got the finding of fact for the zoning amendments as well as a summary, to be able to publish those. I sent each one of you a copy. I don't know if you've had a chance to review it.
Thank you.
Really, overall, it's just adopting the guest house standards and then amending the enforcement and administration portion to the new, removing the misdemeanor and just making it civil. So, I don't know if you have any
It
questions.
graduates fairly quickly.
Yeah, starts at 100 for first violation, and then by the time they're on their 5th violation, it's at 500, so. Gives us a little more teeth, whereas now it's like a $60 penalty if somebody's in violation. Just hard to do anything, so.
I make a motion, we accept the findings as written.
I would second that.
And I will word it.
So the back one, just Roger needs to sign, and then
Kinda looks like, at least through February, you're not gonna get much snow. It's just cold.
Yeah, cold, but hopefully not a whole lot of snow.